Good morning. Welcome to today's edition of Thursday Morning Thoughts. We're going to look at befriending your ego today. So I'm going to go through 3 steps for this process. As our ego is the way I want to describe this. Our ego is a huge part of who we are. It's been a huge part of our life. It's always going to be. Its job is to keep us safe and to protect us. Our challenge often with this then comes because our ego is working with specifically just past information. So it's going from what it knows, from what you've experienced, what you've been through, what you've learned, what you've been told. And not all of this is stuff that's going to apply to the current situation. But the ego doesn't know how to separate that. So it's going to keep doing what it does and be like, no, but this isn't safe. Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't know about this. I'm worried. I'm afraid. And drop me some hand emojis if any of this resonates with you. Is this things you can relate to? The sense of fear, the sense of uncertainty that pops up on, or sort of like with any new adventure, with any sort of like taking on of something different. So there are 3 simple steps that we can take to help counter this, to begin to befriend our ego and have it a little more on our side. So the first step is to acknowledge it. So we have to be willing to see that it's there, because the ego can be a lot like a little kid where it's like, ooh, but pay attention to me. And it's going to keep being very like in prodding and poking and repetitive and in your face until you give it that attention. So the simplest first step is to pay attention. What is it telling you? So, which leads us into the second step here, which is to hear it out. What does it have to say? What is its concern? What is it worried about? Let it express its fears and why it thinks you're not safe and what it's worrying is potentially going to happen. What is it basing this from? Find out where these fears are stemming from. Is this something you can shift? So then our third step, once you have heard it out, is to send it some love, thank it, express the gratitude for keeping you safe, for keeping you protected, and let it know that it can rest now. You've got this. You're going to take control. It's done its job, and you've got it from here. So these simple steps are not necessarily easy. There's a bit of work involved, but if you can practice this, it'll help keep your ego a little calmer, a little quieter, a little more in a space where it's got your back instead of running the show from a fear-based space. So again, those 3 steps simply are to acknowledge it. So 1, acknowledge it. 2, hear it out. 3, express love and gratitude for it and let it know it can rest. Taking control from there, which I guess technically is maybe a step 4, however you want to look at that. Yeah, so those are my 3 steps for befriending your ego. I hope that was helpful for you. Drop a hashtag replay or some comments and thoughts. I'd love to know how this resonated and how you were planning, if at all, to put this into your life going forward. I hope you have a beautiful day from here, and we'll chat soon. Bye.